If you have been with us, then you already know. If you're just joining us, welcome to the Bridge 99 FM right here in Kingston, Jamaica, and Irie Jam Radio in the New York tri-state area. We are at the Project Star Initiative launch, shifting mindsets towards community transformation and renewal. I am now joined by Project Director Miss Saffrey Brown. Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm good.
Awesome.
Good. I'm glad we're here.
Yes, I know you're saying that you're running around all over the place, so we're not going to hold you too much, but we're talking about shifting mindsets towards community transformation and renewal. What does that look like for you?
Oh my gosh. I mean, we believe that if we're going to transform communities in Jamaica, everybody needs to be involved in that. It's a whole of society approach. So historically, what we've done is we've looked at kind of technical programming in communities. But we haven't checked ourselves, right? We haven't looked at ourselves in terms of our value system, how we value communities, how we create an enabling environment for people from different backgrounds and different capabilities. And so when we talk about mindset change, we all have to be open to the change. And so making sure that when we work with communities, that we work in an open and inclusive way, and that we support them in the way that they need support, not necessarily in the way that we've always given support. And that we really are sort of more in tune with what their needs are, working with them, letting them lead the strategies and lead the change, because communities know what they need. They know what they need, they know what needs to happen, and we need to have enough regard for them to really just provide the support and the framework so that they can deliver the work that needs to be delivered.
So have you done feasible studies within these communities to know what they actually need?
Yeah, I mean, our methodology is really based off of years and years of learning from interventions, seeing the parts that work, seeing the parts that don't work, understanding where the shortcomings are. Any community that we go into, we do initial mapping and baselining. We have a very robust results-based framework which shows what our outcomes are, what our indicators are, what is the change we're looking to achieve. One of the shortcomings they found in interventions, social interventions in Jamaica, is a lack of effective monitoring and evaluation. So this project really is focused on being data-driven, evidence-based, learning as a core value, and learning not at the end, but learning every step of the way, and making sure that as you're learning, you're doing your sort of iterations, and you're learning with everybody, so that as the sort of model is developing, you have the society working with you to do that. So everybody's seeing and understanding and a part of that change, so that everybody then understands what it takes to sustainably transform our communities.
When we talk about what are the timelines? What are the timelines that you think you're going to see? What are the timelines we're going to see before change?
So, that's always a good question. The kind of indicators, we call them indicators, the kind of indicators you see change over time. So when you first go in, you have more kind of activity indicators, right? You held training programs, you delivered parenting classes. Midway, you might have, a number of people were trained in entrepreneurship and so on. The longer a project, the more you can track outcome indicators. And that's really where you start to see change in the quality of life. So that's where you can start now reporting on how people feel about their future. Do you feel safer in your community? Do you feel more optimistic about their future? You've gotten a job. Have you held on to that job? Do you see a pathway for career development? As an entrepreneur, have you seen that your business has grown? Those are kind of change indicators that we're really looking at. And so initially you're going to hear it. The initial reports will be like, these are the activities happening. These are the people involved. These are great things happening. And then as the project progresses, you can talk more about those impactful changes.
You talk about core values. What are some of the core values that you'd want to see come on the other side of this?
Well, I think it's part of it is a belief system, right? So we have three beliefs. We have our first belief is we believe in the potential of all Jamaicans, barring none. We also believe that all communities can thrive, and this is a hard one for a country where so many communities have been in a state of decay for decades. To wrap your head around the idea that actually they can thrive, they should thrive, and we should do everything we can to help these communities thrive. And the third one is that the whole of society needs to be involved. If we can get everybody to believe in that, if they believe in all Jamaicans and their potential, if they believe that communities can thrive, then they change their value that they place on communities. Because right now we throw away the idea of our responsibility for communities by not really valuing them, right? When we talk about these communities, first thing half the people say is, well, it's full of criminals. They forget the grandmother who's raising the 3 grandchildren. They forget the 12-year-old student who's coming home every day and trying to do homework in a room They're just forgetting all the great people, all the resilient people, all the incredible people in these communities. And we need to kind of bring them back to the reality that these are the people that we're working with. These are the people that we have a responsibility. And these are the people that we should value. And if we value them, then we start to value the communities. Then we can no longer accept that these communities can stay in the cycle that they've been in.
Belief.
Belief
Is a big word, but I want to go back to the timelines, because it's not just persons here in Jamaica that we're targeting. We're also targeting the persons overseas in the diaspora who wants to be a part of this project. But accountability, timelines, just being able to hold us accountable and transparent when they do send the money, or however they intend on giving back. Talk to us about what you see past this launch in 6 months, 5 years, give or take.
So the project is initially 5 years. We will be in communities once we go in for about 3.5 years. It may need to be a little longer, depending on how we're doing. We're doing it with many partners. We're not doing it alone. We're doing it with community organizations. We're doing it with NGOs. We're doing it with state agencies. You know, and we're really working to make sure that they transform. One of the things that we do hold true, though, is the idea of robust reporting and accountability. And whilst we know historically that these interventions are focused on very technical reports, right? Very technical reports you do once a year or mid-project or end of project, and it goes into a donor and nobody knows what's happened. We actually believe we should report to every Jamaican, every single Jamaican. So, for example, even having a 1 month check-in with Bridge, and coming on and saying, this is what we did this month, this is what we achieved, these are the KPIs, these are the things we're looking to achieve, and this is what we've done. Guys, these are the things that did not work, this is why they didn't work, and this is how we're adjusting. So that level of accountability, the same thing with the financial reporting. We have a management and reporting committee that's made up of auditors and attorneys and M&E specialists and so on. So we're really bringing the right people to the table, but we hold ourselves to a much higher standard when it comes to accountability, not just to donors, but to every Jamaican here and in the diaspora.
Well, we are fully committed and locked into having you every step of the way. In a month, 6 months, the Bridge and IRIJAM are here. But as we talk about the diaspora and that's connection, how can the diaspora be a part? Where are the touch points for them?
Right. So there are a number of ways. We have a website, projectstarja.com, which shows how you can get involved, whether it is you want to mentor, whether you have a business, whether you have a training program, you know, whether you have great football gear, right? Because we got to bring back even something like just bringing back sports to our communities and arts and music, right? So do you want to do that? You know, these sorts of things, but then also you would like to donate. We're going to launch a crowdfunding campaign in the diaspora in September.
Okay.
But for right now, it's up on our website. You can donate if you want. You can wait and see. We're okay with people wanting to see a little bit more before they really commit. You can maybe give a little amount to begin with, and then as you see the reporting and the accountability, then you can decide. But we are, but one of the key things is we want to help with employment. We want to also make sure that we do economic transformation of communities. So making sure supply chain, if they're Jamaican businesses overseas, can they help with by providing a market for some of the businesses in these communities? We want to make sure we open up better insurance for these communities, financial products that really work and reach them and allow them to grow and develop more resilient businesses.
What is the website?
Technical expertise, is another one. You know, we have a shortage of what we're going to need in terms of social workers and psychologists and child therapists and all these sorts of things. Members of the diaspora, do they want to come down and support? Can they help us develop the right programming? So,
what is the website that people can
It's projectstarja.com.
projectstarja.com. The community leaders that you're speaking of, are you going to be giving them training? Are they already trained?
I like to call them community champions.
Yes, absolutely.
Because community leaders can have a connotation.
Yeah.
Community champions, I mean, we're working with them. They're the ones that are going to lead, and we're just going to support.
Yeah.
So whether it is that we work through the community transformation boards, we're going to do training in how to review and analyze data, how to make effective decision making, how to make sure that you deliver the correct strategies and these sorts of things. So we're going to work closely. We're all going to train each other. This is not about us training them.
Yeah.
It's about all of us training each other over the next
community.
Number of years.
And it's not. This is a learning lesson for not just for the communities, but also for Project Star.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge. We hope it's a learning experience for Jamaica.
And for Jamaica.
For everybody involved in really trying to change and transform communities.
Absolutely.
What does that look like? It's great if you go in and do an employment program or you do a training program. But you can't stop there.
Yeah.
There's so much more. When
So
they get
much more.
when you help and when they get into work, what is the support that gets them through the first 6 months, 12 months? You know, because they need the mindset change.
Absolutely.
The employer needs to create a more enabling environment, a more supportive environment. These are all the conversations we're going to be having.
Who are some of the key partners that have come on board to be a part?
Project Stars Union is a project of the PSOJ and the Jamaica Constabulary Force. But we've got key collaborators from government. We're working closely with the Social Development Commission, HART, NTA, Jamaica Social Investment Fund, PIOJ, NGOs. We're working closely with the Violence Prevention Alliance, CVSS, and so on, and private sector. Very
Awesome.
involved.
Awesome.
So it really is across the board.
Thank you, Saffrey Brown, for stopping by, project director for the STAR project. The Ashe
I know they're on. Good thing I saw them
has
in
started.
practice. So I
Yes.
saw them in practice.
All right, so
They're
we're gonna throw to them and be a part of that amazing performance. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're
All right.
welcome. All right.
Make it much easier. Yeah. Say you just can't live that negative way. You know what I mean? Make way for that positive day. Cause it's a new day. New day. A new time. New time. A new feeling. New feeling. A new sign. New sign. Oh. Positive vibration, yeah.
Positive vibration.
Live if you wanna live. I am not vibration, yeah.
Positive
Got to have a good vibe. I am on vibration, yeah. Come join the ring. Positive vibration, yeah.
Positive.
Oh,
I've got a song that makes me
I've got a
feel
song that makes me feel. There's no mountain.
insurmountable.
Insurmountable.
I've got a song that makes me feel like
Oh,
I'm invincible.
you could have come from Rima or you come from Jungle.
Could I come from Firehouse or you come from Tower?
One blood, one blood, one blood. Hey, you could have been a soldier man or a with a policeman.
Or a West Million
Said the whole of we are one blood, one blood, one blood.
no fussing and fighting, tribal war, racial war.
Cause blood, blood. Mothers fighting daughters every day.
Fathers fighting sons, sisters hating sisters.
Brothers killing brothers every day. Hey. Positive vibration, yeah.
Positive
Live if you wanna live. I and I, vibration, yeah.
Positive, positive.
Emancipate yourself from mental slavery.
None but ourselves can free our mind. Oh, let them all pass all their dirty remarks.
One question I'd really love to ask. Oh, while we stand aside and look, ooh, some say it's just a part of it. Oh, we've got to fulfill the book. Won't you help to sing?
Positive
Vibration is songs of freedom. That's all I ever Positive vibration, redemption. When I look at where I'm coming from, I know I'm blessed, and I close my eyes and smile. Sometimes I feel like the richest man in Babylon. I know I've done my best, so I know everything's alright inside. Oh, every morning, I rise
and stare at the sun. I know it is a
that it is a blessing.
So when the evening comes,
I lift up my eyes to the hills, I'm blessed, oh man. Oh, with my two hands in the air, as far as I can. As far as I can. As far as I can. Whoa, yeah. Come on now.
I've got a song that makes me feel like
I'm in heaven.
The Ashe Company just performed Positive Vibrations. Tonight is all about Project Star, shifting mindsets towards communities, transformation, and renewal. And as I just said, the Ashe Company just performed. The Ashe Company is a social organization that thrives on three aspects: theater, performance, and social work. The performing arts is the heart of their brand, and that was quite evident in their opening performance tonight. Okay, speak about my personal affiliation with the Ashe Company. Just recently, my daughter went through a program, and I thought, what a brilliant program where we are connecting, keeping the children connected to their culture and what that looks like. So kudos to Ashe for being a part of tonight's launch of the Project Star. Again, we're shifting mindsets towards community transformation and renewal. The hashtag there is everybody forward. And I think that's very important. The hashtag everybody forward. Everybody being the key word, meaning communities, wherever you are in the communities, from the police force, from the suit man, the drum chicken man who I see here on base, to the entertainment industry. We're going to be talking to some stakeholders from the entertainment industry, to the spiritual industry, every industry. This is about community and shifting mindsets for a positive impact for Jamaica. And right now, there's festivities happening on the stage, but we're talking about Project Star. What does that look like? We're going to jump to a quick commercial break and more right here at the Project Star launch. More after this.
The Bridge 99 FM, keeping the Caribbean connected.